Hello, beautiful soul. Nothing is ever truly accidental. Someone's heart has been quietly changing behind the scenes, and today Spirit wants to reveal what they have been unable to say aloud. They never expected you to become this important. When your paths first crossed, they believed you would simply be another person passing through their life. They never imagined that your presence would leave such a lasting impression. But Spirit says something unexpected happened. Without realizing it, you became part of their daily thoughts. Not because they forced themselves to think about you, not because they were trying to create a fantasy. It simply happened. Your smile lingered in their memory. Your words echoed long after conversations ended. Even ordinary moments with you began feeling extraordinary. Spirit shows someone replaying small interactions over and over again, wondering why those memories refused to disappear. At first, they called it curiosity, then admiration, then simple attraction. But none of those explanations truly matched what was happening inside them, because every day the feeling became stronger. The cards show this person becoming emotionally attached before they even understood what attachment felt like. Whenever they saw your name, their mood changed. Whenever you smiled at them, their heart felt lighter. Whenever communication slowed, something inside them became restless. Spirit says they began measuring their days by whether they heard from you. That realization surprised them, because they never planned for someone to matter this much. The energy also reveals hesitation. This person has spent a long time protecting their emotions. Perhaps they have been disappointed before. Perhaps they learned that showing vulnerability often leads to pain. So when these feelings began growing, their first instinct was not to move closer. It was to hide. Spirit says they convinced themselves the feelings would eventually disappear. But they didn't. Instead, every attempt to ignore you only made your energy stronger. The more they distracted themselves, the more unexpected reminders appeared. A song, a place, a familiar scent, a conversation that somehow reminded them of you. It felt as though the universe kept bringing your energy back into their awareness. The cards show them asking themselves questions they never expected. Why can't I stop thinking about this person? Why does their happiness matter so much to me? When did they become part of my heart? Spirit says there was no single dramatic moment. It happened quietly, one memory at a time, one conversation at a time, one smile at a time, until one day they realized they were no longer simply interested, they were emotionally invested. That realization changed everything. Because once the heart admits the truth, pretending becomes much harder. Spirit also reveals that they admire far more than your appearance. They admire your strength, your calm energy, your kindness, the way you remain genuine even when life becomes difficult. There is something about your spirit that makes them feel safe while also inspiring them to become a better version of themselves. That combination is rare, and they know it. The cards also show insecurity. Sometimes they wonder if they are enough for you. They compare themselves to the image they have created of you in their heart. They worry they may disappoint you, or that someone else may already hold your attention. These fears often stop them from expressing what they truly feel. So instead of speaking, they observe. Instead of confessing, they overthink. Instead of moving forward, they wait for signs. Spirit says they notice much more than you realize. They remember small details you have probably forgotten. The way your eyes light up when you talk about something meaningful, the little expressions on your face, the tone of your voice. Even moments that seemed ordinary to you became unforgettable memories for them. Your energy has become familiar to their soul, and familiar things are difficult to leave behind. The strongest message Spirit wants you to hear today is this. Their silence is not empty. It is full of emotions they have not yet learned how to express. Some people speak immediately when they feel something. Others need time to understand their own heart before sharing it. This person belongs to the second group. The cards show that they are slowly reaching a point where keeping everything inside feels heavier than telling the truth. Every day the feelings become clearer. Every day the emotional pressure grows stronger. For some of you, this may lead to unexpected communication, a heartfelt conversation, a message, or an honest confession that has been delayed for far too long. Spirit cannot promise exactly when, but the energy shows movement. Their heart is becoming louder than their fear. Before this reading ends, Spirit leaves you with one final message. You changed someone's emotional world without even trying. You reminded them what genuine connection feels like. You awakened hope where they expected nothing. And although they may still appear quiet on the outside, inside their heart has already made its choice. The final message from Spirit is beautifully simple. Long before they found the courage to tell you how they feel, their heart had already started walking toward you. Asterisk Spirit is asking you to stay with this energy for a little longer because there is something even deeper coming through. This person is beginning to understand that what they feel is changing the way they see themselves. Before you entered their life, they believed they had everything under control. They thought they understood their emotions. They believed they could keep their heart protected. But then you arrived, without asking for anything, without trying to impress them, simply by being yourself. And somehow that was enough to awaken something they had kept asleep for a very long time. Spirit shows me someone smiling unexpectedly because they remembered something you said weeks or even months ago. They replay those little moments more often than you realize. Sometimes they laugh quietly to themselves. Other times they wonder if those moments meant as much to you as they did to them. The cards reveal that this person has started imagining conversations that have never happened. They picture telling you how much you have changed their life. They imagine hearing your response. They imagine what it would feel like if they no longer had to hide behind silence. These thoughts have become a safe place for them. But Spirit says imagination can only carry someone so far. Eventually, the heart begins asking for reality. That is where this person finds themselves today, standing between fear and honesty. Part of them still worries that speaking up could change everything. They fear losing the connection you already share. They fear hearing words they are not prepared for. But another part of them knows that remaining silent is becoming even more painful. Every time they see you, the truth becomes harder to hide. Every time they hear your voice, their emotions become stronger. Every time they walk away from you without saying what is truly in their heart, they carry another layer of regret. Spirit keeps showing me someone looking at their phone several times before deciding whether to send a message. They begin typing, then they erase everything. They tell themselves, maybe tomorrow, but tomorrow comes, and the same fear returns. This cycle has repeated itself more than once. Not because they don't care, because they care more than they know how to handle. The energy also shows that they have started paying attention to signs around them. Sometimes your name appears unexpectedly. Sometimes a song reminds them of you. Sometimes they wake from a dream where you were smiling at them, and the feeling stays with them for the rest of the day. Spirit says these moments remind them that no matter how hard they try to focus elsewhere, their heart always returns to you. There is another message coming through. This person has quietly admired your strength. They have watched how you continue moving forward even after difficult experiences. They admire your kindness, your resilience, and the way you treat others with genuine care. Whether you realize it or not, you have inspired them to become emotionally stronger. They want to become someone worthy of standing beside you. That is one reason they have been taking their time. Not because their feelings are uncertain, because they want their actions to match the depth of what they feel. Spirit says this connection has been transforming both of you in ways that cannot always be seen. Sometimes the deepest changes happen quietly. A softer heart, a new hope, a greater willingness to trust again. These are the invisible gifts this connection has already created. And Spirit leaves you with one final message for today. Asterisk, their silence is nearing its end. The feelings they have carried so carefully are becoming too powerful to remain hidden forever. When the right moment arrives, their heart will no longer ask permission to speak. It will simply tell the truth.